Hi, welcome to this week's show of Focus. With me today, I have a guy who has been dominating the musical airwaves for some time, Mr. Tint. Some may know him as Lwless, but I don't even really want to take too long with this introduction because Masharamani, you're going to hear and you're going to witness this for yourself. So I'm going to just break right into Mr. Lwless himself, Azariel. Mr. Azariel, first clash. Yo. Yeah, man. First and foremost, welcome to Focus, bro.
Yeah, man, thanks,
welcome to Focus. It's been some time. I think I've been messaging you. I think he was in Turks then. I was like, yo, one of these interviews, like, soon come. And definitely, he's here with us today on Focus. So, for our viewers who don't know, some still don't know who Azariel is. Yeah. So, do you mind giving them a little description of who Lwless is actually?
Out of GTI is number 3. Number 2, grandmother ain't born yet. Number 1 is a figment. The imagination that there's be a time. Listen, Azariel is the engineer, the artist, the boss. You understand? Yeah. So, the baddest. You don't know, everybody got their preferences and things like that.
Definitely.
But it is what it is. We Lwless, and Azariel is a youth from the west side who study engineering, love music, and just passionate about it.
Let's just stay on engineering. You work in a Turks and Caicos. Yeah. You are an aeronautical engineer. So how has that been for you so far?
It has had its challenges.
Yeah.
Managing music and doing something like that.
Yeah.
But it's something that helps me to, it's a challenge that I humbly accept. And it's something that helps me to push harder in whatever area I try to focus on at a particular time, because sometimes I have to be tuned in 100% in the engineering aspect, and then sometimes music, especially when it comes to replying to certain people,
definitely.
You gotta focus primarily on the music. So it's challenging, but it's something that I welcome. Managing both both aspects of it.
Great. I've also seen some time back. I've the first time when I really gravitated towards Lwless mostly though was when I saw this picture, circulating on Facebook with Lwless and Lukaku. So I was like, oh, Lwless get a link from Lukaku,
because I also play football.
Yeah.
You understand? So in Turks and Caicos, I'm actually in the football league, and so I manage the music aspect, the engineering aspect, and football. into football. So we had a training session, and Lukaku was on vacation, and he actually came on to the our training facility, and we got to train with Lukaku. So that was a great experience. We got pictures and everything. Crazy. So that was great.
But besides aeronautical engineering, Lwless, what made you become a musician? Why did you choose music?
From a tender age, I loved music. I was a heavy follower of Guyanese music in particular. I used to look up to people like Adrian, Jomo, times 2.
Yeah. And
I always had a passion since then, because I used to mimic those guys' performances in my living room, pretending there's an audience there. And that's where the first influences came from. Yeah. And that was like primary school. Then as I grew older, the Jamaican dance started taking more precedence, and I started following people like Vybz Kartel heavily, and since then I've been a Gaza fan, Gaza forever. So that is where the influences came from, and eventually I started doing my own rhymes, and I sending it to friends on WhatsApp, the amateur stuff. And some of my friends were like, yo, you should actually do this, professionally. At first I didn't want to do it because of the fact that, we got so much invested into the engineering thing, and you got to focus on pressure from parents and things like that. So, and then eventually I get enough time off after completing my engineering studies. I say, let me give this music thing a try, and I went to the studio, and the rest is history.
We've seen people use music to do a lot of things. Some music to get hype, some music to make money, different other reasons. What was, what about music, what about music exactly that you were so passionate about?
I kind of love the responsibility that you get from being a musician. You see, when you're an artist, you are automatically given a certain level of responsibility, because you got so many youths that can be looking to you for an example. At the end of the day, every parent should be in their child's life and be able to, influence their child.
Yeah.
But to some extent, children focus on people like musicians and things like that. So you're automatically given that responsibility, and I welcome that.
Yeah.
I also like the fact that you could basically push whatever agenda you want. You know, once you have the following and things like that. So music gives you a level of power that you don't really get from, you know, being a regular individual.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, nothing wrong with being a regular individual, but you know.
So describe your creative process. You know, when you write music.
It depends on the topic. Like for instance, if I'm replying to somebody in a clash scenario or something, it's basically listen to the track, listen to what they have to say, counteract everything they have to say, and then you try to push your own agenda. You understand? So you attack them differently. So now they listening to your track, they gotta do the same counteraction process, and there's a whole cycle like that. If it's a regular song, like for instance, you're speaking about love and relationships and things like that, you basically channel from your experiences, or you might got a friend or something that been through something and you and he had a conversation.
But them West Side man get a heartbreak enough though, bro.
Been there, done that. But the thing is, you focus on your personal experiences and also what you hear along the way, and you just channel from that. So that's what I do.
So, what is the goal really of you, you know, in music? Is this, you know, something that you do like on a part-time basis mostly with the intention of going, you know, with the intention of making it a career, or is it something that, you know, is full-time as much as, you know, you do an aeronautical engineer, or you imagine two full-time things at the same time?
Yeah, it's basically, I like to say, I don't like to say that it's part-time, but it is. You know, in reality, it is part-time. But at the same time, I'm always Azariel, Lwless boss. I'm always the person that pushing my music and, you know, striving to be one of the best. You understand? You're trying to be a legend in the musical space. You necessarily gotta be the best, you know, because there's no actual like grading of who's the best. It's based on opinions, right? Yeah. Everybody got a following and things like that. So the thing is, this music thing, you gotta focus. I try to focus on it and make it primary when it needs to be, and then the engineering aspect, I do the same thing. So I can't really. Most people ask me to choose. I can't really choose. At least not yet. So I can just challenge myself by managing both and see where it goes.
But you know, it's really nice though that to an extent that, you know, we're seeing, you know, a musician. I'm not saying that, you know, there aren't any out there, but we see there's this notion that, you know, education and you're managing music at the same time, which is something, you know, a lot of people find hard to, you know, to do. You're an aeronautical engineer. That's a very, you know, good field or good job in society. Anybody like you would love to be an aeronautical engineer, fixing plane and things of these nature. And then the man come out and just killing people while west. I don't understand how you do it, but as I'm saying, there's a lawless thing, definitely. So we've seen the fan base on YouTube. We've seen that grow. You know, how do you feel? Well, perhaps, to me, you're the most recognized, you know, local artists, especially on YouTube. You know, due to the recognition and things that start. How do you, you know, feel about your fan base, whether being locally, internationally? You know, people gravitating towards your music and so forth.
You see, it's something that goes and comes, and because of the fact that I'm managing both music, because there are positives and there are negatives, right? The engineering aspect sometimes takes away from what I want to be doing with the music, because for instance, Tint drop, and I couldn't have promoted myself as much as I needed to with Tint, for instance, because like this is one example. I was in Turks and Caicos and I had some training to do in the engineering aspect, right? And at the same time, I was being heavily demanded in Guyana, you know, and elsewhere in the Caribbean. I got a lot of phone calls. Like you could ask people, big up Select Andre. He's the person I refer to deal with the managing of Azariel's music. And we had so many calls that we had to turn down because of me doing what I needed to get done as an engineer. You understand? So there's the challenges with that, and it's something that you just got to deal with. But you know, it is a hindrance sometimes. It is. You understand? Because a lot of people saying, Azariel don't get booked in Guyana, Azariel don't be in Guyana.
They don't know,
But they don't know what's going on behind the scenes, you understand? Azariel was from 2020, since Tint dropped to now, Azariel has been one of the most demanded artists in Guyana and around the Caribbean. You understand? I was even asked to perform in places like Canada and the US, things like that. Some performances I got to go to.
Yeah.
Some I couldn't because of what I needed to get done. You know, so it is a hindrance, but people who really know what's going on, they know what's going on.
And big up also on the Dem Rock.
Yeah, of course. Dem Rock has been doing great things for Guyanese music space, and he got to get utmost respect. So big up Dem Rock. Big up people like AJ Records, because you know, it's people like them that just make it possible. Because this whole music thing, for instance, people thinking you need to go in the studio and record all the time. For me, in Turks and Caicos, I record right in my room.
And you
understand? Right beside my bed, I got my studio equipment set up, and that's where I reply to everybody from. You understand? And all I do is record, send my vocals to Guyana, and AJ Records does the rest. So that's it.
So this man,
a lot of people don't even know that, but
this man is killing people. Tell from abroad. Alright, Masharama guys. Masharama is right around the corner. Masharama is right around the corner on basically on the same day with Masharamani, right?
Yeah.
On the same day Masharamani is Masharama, and again it's going to be a very jam-packed event. We got guys like Mafi, Alien all the way from Linden, and you know, Kosh and other guys. But Azariel, what are your expectations, you know, of Masharama this year?
Well, Masharama, again, Azariel will be in Guyana performing. My last major performance in Guyana was the One Guyana show. Yeah. And that was something I welcomed. I didn't get enough time, the amount of time I needed. I think this is going to be a better event in that regard. So everybody that never get to see Azariel the Lwless boss perform live, make sure you come out to Masharama, because the 23rd on Kingston Beach, all the sun gonna lift up on the beach, because the place is gonna be different. You understand? Azariel will be here, and Azariel is not here as often as Azariel wants to be, but when I'm here, make sure you don't miss it. You understand? That's it.
So will there be any new music you'll be dropping on that night, Azariel? Is there any new music from?
Listen, we got the hits that out right now. You understand? Boy, run up in the war and flop them. Easy for kill. You understand? Them kind of things. We got that right now, but when I go on the stage and the beat drop, make sure you're there, because you can't miss it.
So let me go on some little detailed thing now. So when the whole thing start with you and Magnum and you know Stiffy and Kush and everybody, and Kush came out and Kush said, I didn't even know what they said, me even interfere in this thing here. So you actually bring this band in this clash, man? Like, it's really happened, man.
Yeah, good. If you're paying attention, anybody that was really paying attention, you'd know that Azariel never called this artist's name. Right? You understand? Azariel say, you see the cheerleader one will get dropped from the beat, so Lwless ready when you're ready. You understand? Now, I've been seeing certain things going on social media. I mean, I ain't stupid, nobody ain't stupid, you know? You see certain hints being thrown and things like that. I don't know the Facebook back and forth.
Definitely.
I'm an artist. I'm not a blogger or anything like that. I'm an artist. So if you want, we got problems. If you want problems, let me do it lyrically. You understand? So I alluded to him, of course, and he felt like he needed to respond. So he did that, and you know, he went into the world whereby he dragged in my fiance's name and things like that. You know, that was the most predictable thing. Like, it was expected. So that happened, and we were ready, because
but Zari, you didn't mention the artist name, but the cheerleader band is the artist. You alluded to them, Zari.
It is the same person. You understand? So the cap fitty, you wear it.
I mean, Kubis has been dropping a lot of people lately. Not to mention, right? But I mean, it's the artist man there.
I mean, the cap fit, the buy wear the cap. You understand? He run out and he run up in the bar and flap, and that is it.
All right, but let's just stick to your fiance, very great person, beautiful human being. From me being in contact with her, you know. But on a mature standpoint, how did you feel, you know, especially seeing your fiance name being, one tarnish, and like you're trying to map, the girl name around like that? How did you feel about that?
The most impulsive thing to do. You see, sometimes it's actually a blessing in disguise that I'm actually overseas, because sometimes your thoughts get dark and you know certain different possibilities could come from certain scenarios and certain things, because you know every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, you understand? And as an engineer you know that, because we got to do physics and everything. So yeah, of course that was the most impulsive, that's the first instinct, but as an artist you gotta have a thick skin. And like I say, if you're in a certain, it's like people say you can't go crab dance and then get mud, you understand? It's like your skin gotta be thick, because this is what you signed up for. You understand? As soon as you decided you want to be a public figure, you want, you know, be an influencer in the regard, you gotta know that your personal life will come back to haunt you in a way, because people can use the negatively. Now you gotta be prepared for things like that, because certain people, if you put them in my shoes right now and they gotta react to certain things, because like for instance, I'm gonna allude to the time when the same artist, the same cheerleader that get dropped from Kibisa, you know, right? When he decided he can call the next artist's name, and the artist basically pulled back in the shell. You understand? When he decided to jump out and attack the man differently. But Azariel is not that guy. You understand? So now everybody could wear these shoes. You gotta be a thick skin kind of person. You gotta be able to roll with the punches, you know, and reply and things like that. So that's the type of person I strive to be. And I try to give that example to everybody that decide that they want to be in this musical space, or not even music, anything influential. You're trying to make a name for yourself, do good for yourself. You can always got people that can come to attack you. You gotta be ready for things like that. You can't pull in your shell, you understand? Because them things is what they expecting and that's what they want. It's not, you can't let them win. So that's basically it.
But it's really good though. So let me just say kudos to her. It's really good how she managed it. You know, she used it to her leverage, which is powerful. You know what I mean? A lot of female could have, you know, well, in this time and age, anything in the police station is walk now, make it more married a female.
Exactly. You see things like that could have been done. Like you could have, I mean, you go to the station and make a report and other things. I mean, there's different things. This could have been handled much differently. For us, but we're gonna entertain, because we're entertainers at the end of the day. We're gonna entertain and we can reply through our craft the best way we know how. Understand? And that's the of course I'm a strong individual, and as a result I got to choose a strong individual to be my companion, and that's what I did. So that's that.
So on Masharamani night, Azariel, Masharamani night, can we look forward, you know, as the fans and as the spectators, can we look forward to seeing Coach and Azariel on the same stage one time going back and forth again?
You gotta be there to see that. We ain't giving no surprises. I know for sure Azariel will be there with the touch. You understand? Azariel will be there with the touch. So if anybody want to stand up left or right, they gotta know what they want to do. If they want to if you stand too close, you can get boring. So forward on the 23rd, you understand? Forward on the 23rd, because Masharamani is gonna be dark. It's gonna be different. I'm not kidding. You understand? I'll be there.
One more question before we come to, you know, the last one, and we come to a wonderful end, Zari. I got this verse that me and some of my friends we love bad, and I think we want, you know, you give me your little synopsis and how you go about creating this. That is a masterpiece in itself, but how you go about creating go on, tell me, bro. Like, tell me, man. Like, what was it like? Like, just tell me what that.
The man said in his song, if you listen to, first of all, are you gonna tell a man bring it on? You understand? That's funny, but you know what I mean? Anyway, he said something about he gonna flood this place 2005. You understand? So we said, only thing you flood the place with is spit. Or you gonna this bad man with a lisp. Everything is you understand? So, you know, like I said earlier, you listen to everybody, anything you say could be turned against you. Correct. So in music, it's just a different way to express the talent. And everybody could do it. So it's like that anything you say could and will be used against you in the court of law. That's what they say. In entertainment, it's even worse. So that's it.
And they got this. And one more person we address and we put in the bag. Is the other version was playing music. Was drive the one to be dark. Well, you know, it's just one dark thing. You know, kind of. So
he turned up funny.
He turned up. David, man. I tell you, what going on with you and Sangani son?
Sangani Dato.
Dato. Apologies.
Well, you know, he there in the DJ world. Remember, as a DJ, he make your name as a DJ. He gotta get you respects as a DJ. But this is the artist world. I mean, he's always wanted to be an artist. If anybody know they know that that was his agenda. He forward from the States, he had deport from the States or wherever.
He's a Lucifer fan because he got a desire for artist, for do a musician, to become a musician.
He wanted to be an artist, and you know the artist thing didn't work out for you, so he decided that he can be a DJ. Anybody that's a DJ, you gotta give you props to that. Props there, right? But when you walk in, I mean, it's a different lane. You can't walk in the artist lane. Everybody can be an artist. It's like you love the artist thing, but the artist thing love you. You understand? So I mean, since if you look at the boy views or any attention that he get, it's primarily from when he decides for this Azariel and Azariel girl. So Azariel was see as an artist, you understand? He is the one. Azariel is the one that give he bigger shine as an artist. You know what I mean? That's when people start deciding that you got 1 or 2 songs that, you know, because of course you can get 1 or 2 songs that got a little traction or whatever. But at the end of the day, he's a DJ, like do DJ thing. The artist thing is a different thing. You know what I mean? He gotta play butts, he gotta run out, play a Skilly Bang, play a Cartel, you know, play a Azariel, play a Mafi, you know. You gotta do them things there and he can get you forward. But as an artist, you can't look on the stage and sing no song for entertain nobody with it.
I see why I gravitate towards Lwless. The man just sing a song for me and the man just talk, bro. The man just statistically tell me that Sangani son gotta stay in your own lane. Words over TJ. So the man just sing a song, the man just talk to me. But let's just dip right into the last question, bro. I mean, it's been fun, and this is definitely, you know, the reason why I wanted to interview the greatest thing coming out of, you know, Guyana music right now, you know, and perhaps, you know, going to be greatest thing going to be. What advice would you give to, you know, any young man that want to, you know, pursue music?
Pursue the music.
Yeah, pursue the music.
Yeah. Well, listen. You see, if you talk to most elders, you talk to your parents, you talk to your teachers and things like that. If you tell them you want to be a musician from a tender age, they can tell you no.
Shut it down.
They can tell you don't try that. That's not how you should be thinking as a young individual. If you see music, you love music, and you feel like you got the talent to do music, you got to pursue that. You understand? If you got anything that you want to achieve in this life, you could achieve it.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody. Yes, the odds stacked against you, but when the odds stacked against you, that's when you get the biggest fight. That's always saying the strongest sword, you get the hardest fight. So make sure that you see what you want to do. You work hard towards it. Work smart. I don't like to say work hard because you know, working hard, you can work hard and you can die working hard. You gotta work smart. So work smart, and you're gonna achieve anything you want to achieve. That's it.
Definitely. Work hard. Man, work hard, bro. Work smart. This is the word of Lwless himself. Y'all heard it right here on The Focus. It's been a wonderful conversation first and foremost with you, Lwless, and we've come to such a wonderful end. And I'm urging corporate Guyana, y'all come out on the 23rd of February. It's going to be historic as much as there's going to be a funeral. Me when I tell y'all we're dead yet, but it's going to be historic as much as it's going to be a funeral. It's going to be a very dark days, and they're going to be more darker than dark to you. So nevertheless, y'all come out Mash night at Masharamani on Kingston Beach, and y'all we have a good time. Azariel, first again, thanks for being here and focus with me, bro.
Anytime,
we will be there, so definitely we will definitely be there.
Another point. Make sure after y'all finish after we attend the funeral, everybody wear a nice black suit, nice tie and everything. Attend the funeral of these guys on the 23rd at Kingston Beach. And then after that, on the 25th, we on the west side. West side. And we at the Valiant show, the Valiant and Starcash show.
So we did it.
Slingers family. Azariel will be there live in concert again. I'm telling you, Azariel don't be here often, but when Azariel here and they got shows, we're gonna burn the stage up. Understand? So make sure you're there at the Lenora Stadium, as Azariel will also be there after the funeral on the 23rd, Kingston Beach.
So you say you're the big Gaza fan, right?
Gaza.
This is one. Then you say that all people should wear black. Let us see, let us see, boy dress up in a black. See, he's a little Gaza.
No, hold on, do that again.
Boy dress up in a black.
You gotta give me my next line. You can't just give me the.
I get you just part to know. Boy dress up in a black, fi berry. This mean a Christmas, not now merry.
The girl she and the criminal
That's
secretary,
yeah.
don't say nothing.
Yo, but lastly, I want to say a big thanks to my technical operator, Cleveland James. Thanks for producing such a wonderful show of Focus. Until next time, guys. Peace.